We are now introducing the Slurpit Service Manager. So the Service Manager is a centralized platform that you can use to track and monitor all your Slurpit instances in one console. This is particularly useful for MSPs because as they are scaling, as they are getting more and more customers, as they are setting up more Slurpit instances on the customer network, managing those instances becomes more challenging. So they can use the Service Manager to track things such as whether the platform or the remote platform is reachable or not, whether it is online or not. We can check the licensing information and other details. And as you can see in this diagram, the Service Manager is a single node, the management plane, so to speak, in this architecture. And from this single node, we're going to talk through APIs to different Slurpit instances. Again, each instance in this case is set up on a different tenant network. And now what we're going to do in this video is to set it up, which is extremely quick and simple. So the Service Manager is part of the main network discovery or the main Slurpit application project. It is inside a folder called Service Manager. I already cloned this project, so there is just a couple of small tweaks we need to make. So I'm inside the project. There is a folder here, Service Manager, and we have a couple of Docker Compose files. We don't want to really scrap or change anything inside the original compose file. There is an override file. First, I'm going to have to rename this to be .override, remove example. And the only thing I need to change here is to make the local host to be 127.0.0.1 and save it. Obviously, if you have another service running on the same IP address and same port, you want to change either the port or your IP address. For example, if you're running the main Slurpit portal on localhost port 80, you probably want to change this to port 81 or 8080. Now here inside the same folder, we have a shell script op shell. And if I run that by saying bash op.sh, it is going to pull the image first, the Service Manager image, then start it. So we are in the login page, Service Manager. Password is 1 through 8 and username is admin. So let me log in. Now this is the dashboard. This is similar to Slurpit, but obviously it is designed to be for Service Manager and it is very minimalistic. For example, we only have the dashboard, and admin is consisted of 2 pages, task scheduler and users. And the main dashboard is pretty simple. You just need to add your services and see the details for that specific instance. This service is going to actually be your remote Slurpit instance that you want to manage. So I'm going to add my service. I'm going to call it tenant1. Location could be something like cloud. URL, I'm going to use this sandbox. And on the sandbox, I will use the API key for the connectivity. Before I add, I can test the connection. Service is online, so I can successfully add the service or the remote tenant instance. I can see details such as platform online, it is online, platform version, license, and other details. If you want to manually refresh and see the new status of the tenant, you can hit this button, or you can go to the task scheduler. And from here, you can run the task or set it as a background task, and it will run based on your interval. For example, I can change it to be, right now it is hourly, but I can change it to be daily or whatever else. I can change other data such as start on and give it a description as well. And this is useful for when you have many services, many instances, and you want to pull or get the latest status of those instances without having to manually do them. There's also a public sandbox for this Service Manager we have, and password is, username and password are the same. If I log in, this is the dashboard for the public Service Manager we have. There are 2 services associated with this particular instance, and you can see that both are online. So that wraps up this particular video. I will see you in the next one.